stand-alone air disinfectant system. So previously, Dr. Chandan Meena has explained the AHU, what is AHU and how it is work. So uh, basically, AHU is the air handling unit, which consists of the fans, cooling coil, filter, humidifier, damper, integrate into a single unit. So I'm not going to explain the detail of all these things. So, and what is the purpose of the AHU? AHU is used to condition the air either in every season, like in winter, cold, cold, hot summer, and humid region. Humid. So the in HU has many types. It takes the fresh air. It also circulates the same air in the recirculated mode. So in recirculated mode, it can save energy to reduce the heat load. But in the fresh, in the open loops, like it take the fresh air from the air. So in this way, its heat load is reduced, so energy consumption is more. So there is a various methods how to run HVAC. But in this COVID-19 pandemic, it has been suggested that AHU should be run on the open loop. 100% fresh air should be taken. So on the basis of this, there is a various guidelines has been published internationally and at the national level. So uh, one by one we will discuss this. So basically there is a many agencies, international agencies is there who has published this guidelines for operation of the HVAC, how to best to operate heating, ventilation and air conditioning system due to this pandemic situation. So till June 2020, HVAC related institute uh, uh, like American Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, ASHRAE, has published guidelines. Federation of European of Heating, Ventilation and Air Conditioning Association, REVA, Society of Heating, Air Conditioning, Sanitary Engineering, Japan, SASE, and other agencies in China has published this guidelines to running the HVAC system. So there is a comparison chart where we can see the most of the agencies has recommended to use the 100% air conditioning, 100% air conditioning, 100% fresh air should be taken. So this is the data. So Reva also suggested to take the 100% fresh air in this pandemic. So similarly, other SASE and related society of Chinese has recommended to take the 100% maximum possible 100%, but due to the high heat load, so it can be reduced to 40%. But 100% recirculated not recommended in this pandemic. So there is a other operations like operation of the HVAC system, temperature and humidity set point, or temperature humidity has been recommended by different agency in the different range. So but generally the temperature should be more than 26 degree, and the range of the humidity should be 60 to 70 75 degree 75%. So it is the uh, similar thing in all the uh, guidelines published by the different agencies. So there is another uh, some national guidelines has been published, like Indian Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, then Central Public Work Development, CPWD, and Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. So you can find out the uh, uh, these guidelines published by the CSIR, which is available on the CSIR website, and you can find on the net uh, published by the CPWD and ISHRE guidelines. So there is some basic things from the ISHRE guidelines. The low related to the humidity, low humidity increase the infectivity of the bacteria. RH 40%. So for RS should be greater than 40%, and it not should be greater than the 80%, because uh, 80% and above RS tend to neutralize the COVID-19 virus, but this increase the dust mites and fungi which result in the respiratory diseases like asthma. Uh, because about the 80%, there is a con, uncomfortable condition is there. So there is a range of the relative humidity that's 40 to 80%. And the temperature comfort range is 24 to 30 degree, which is most suitable for the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. So uh, SARS-CoV-2 has been found highly stable in the surface for 14 days at 4 degree, and 1 day at 37 degree, and 30 minutes for 56 degree, where needed to inactive the virus. So high temperature is not comfortable to us, so we have to operate the this HVAC system at a temperature between 24 to 30 degree. There is a other take point from the ISRE guidelines: reduce the humidity and temperature control, evaporative cooler, reduce the temperature by evaporative water, fans provide the comfort by the convection and evaporation due to increased air motion. So it is has been recommended by these guidelines. Maximum ceiling fan or open window should be used to neutralize the COVID-19 virus in the existing year. So there is some guidelines for the commercial and industrial building. So there is for the different air conditioner type, different uh, operation condition has been suggested, like a multiple cassette units, multiple high wall unit, tower unit, chiller, ducted unit, fan coil, air handling unit. So and minimum fresh air volume of 3 cubic meter per person and 3.75 cube meter per hour per square meter is recommended by the ISRE guidelines. A separate treated fresh air DX unit may be provided in case of a multiple unit installation, and sufficient high grade filter may be used in such chiller units. In These are the guidelines uh, published by the CPW. So the temperature, AC temperature should be in between 24 to 30 degree. Relative humidity should be 40 to 70 degree, and maximum fresh air should be taken to to dilute the COVID virus. Air sanitization should be done frequently in various ways. Available device like windows door opening for fresh air intake, and quantity that should be recommended by the different guidelines. CSIR in CSIR guidelines, the air quantity has been mentioned for the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. So these are the some highlight of the CPWD guidelines. So in the view of that, we have developed this HVAC test bed facility for determining the function and operation parameter of COVID-19 disinfectant solution. Uh, so this test bed facility has a many parameter we can control, like evaluating temperature, operational condition such as airflow. We can control the airflow, air velocity, temperature, and humidity. Determining the dust cleaning frequency, cleaning time for UVC lamp module. So we have conducted several dust experiment on the UVC lamp, estimating the aerosol oil droplet deposition rate and predicting its cleaning frequency and cleaning time for the oil disinfection. So we have mounted the UVC infectant box chamber in our existing duct, which is developed by the CSIO, CSIR, CSIO. The application of the developed system is one of the selected building as demo. So we have taken our lab. There is a two spaces there. One is the big hall and one is the room. So both the room have been simulated for different condition. So this is the basic diagram of the HVAC test bed facility. So it is the HU. This is the HU. There is a number of component is there like mixing box. So there is a provision to take the fresh air 100%. So fresh air is coming and there is a recirculated air is coming. So in this chamber, both the air stream can be mixed, and there is a filter which can uh, eliminate the dust particle which is coming from the fresh air. And there is a cooling coil which is used in the summer to cool the air. This is, and one is the heating coil. It is used for the heating in the winter season. And there is a blower to run the propel the air through the duct. And there is a HEPA filter uh, and humidifier. With the help of the humidifier, we can increase the humidity, and we can control the humidity up to 90%. So there is a various sensor is there, terminal box for measuring the different parameter like air velocity, temperature, pressure, and there is a UVC box, so we can control the UVC light, how dosage is required for a particular air flow and at a particular humidity and temperature. So there is a number of boxes there. This is the terminal box for the aerosol generator. So we can test the UVC light and we can test the aerosol. And there is a we also introduce the turbulator. Turbulator is the thing which can mix the aerosol with the air. So it create the turbulence in the flow which are have to mix the uh, air and the aerosol. And there is a different terminal box for measuring the different parameter is there. So there is a number of box at different locations. So this is the picture of the test bed facility. So this is the AHU, and this fresh air is coming from this side, and the recirculated coming from this side. So this is the fresh chamber. So air is running in direction like this, and there is a damper. It's when we have to simulate this hall, so we have to open this damper, and air is coming from here. And there is a return damper is there. So after recirculating the after conditioning the air is further introduced in the duct from here. So in this way we can condition the hall, and it's recirculated to the AHU. And there is another provision to conditioning the room. So by opening this damper, so we can supply air in the room, and after conditioning the room, we can take the return air from this duct. So in this way, we can conditioning the hall as well as the room, and also we can use this ducting system in the closed loop. Like uh, we close this damper, so air it can run in the uh, closed loop. So three mode we can run this test bed facility. And this is the some picture. This is the AHU, and this is the supply duct. This is the return duct. This is the whole ducting system in the hall. So this is the parameter, functional parameter we can control. Air velocity we can control from 0 to 10 meter per second, and it is controlled by the BFD, and centrifugal blower controlled by the BFD, and also we can control by opening the partial damper. So this can be controlled by two way. Air flow rate, we can control the air flow rate 0 to 220 CFM, and we can control the temperature in the cooling side temperature, ambient temperature to 16 degree by help of the chiller unit, and we can control the uh, heating side temperature control from ambient temperature to 50 degree, so by the means of the duct heater. And we can control the humidity ratio, ambient humidity to 95% humidity by using the humidifier. We can control the mixing ratio of fresh air and recirculated air from 0 to 95%. By using the mixing box and BFD, and this duct is a modular structure. So if we want to use different duct, so we can remove this part, and we can put the different parts. So we have provision to test the circular duct, small cross-sectional duct. So various duct we can test in this test bed facility. So there is a number of mode is there. First case is the first case we where we can simulate this hall, and in the second mode in the sorry this in the first case we can operate the HVAC system in the control mode. This in this mode we are not conditioning any space or room or hall, uh, or in the case study 2 we can condition the this hall. So there is a supply duct is there, so air is circulated in this hall and returned by this duct. And in the third case it can be run into the it can operate for a particular office room. So in this way we can supply the air in the room, and we can take return air from this room. So in this way we can simulate the large hall like mall, auditorium and cinema halls, big halls is there. And in this mode we can control a small room, living room, office room, like that. So this is the basic real-time case study for the hall, how we can, this is for the closed loop basically. So in this way we can, this is for the hall case 2. So where in this case we can open this damper and return air we can take from air. So this is for the hall, and this is for the room. A small room, we can simulate the small room, office room, living room. So we can have three provision to test the things. So this is the basic difference between the closed loop duct experiment, open hall loop, large hall, and open loop in the for the small room. So basically the main difference is the in the closed loop duct there is a no heat load is there. All the air is circulating in the duct. So it is suitable for testing the purpose of fogging, essential oil, etc. And this is the for the large room where the approximately 5 TR heat load is there. So it is suitable for a study of the large space like mall, auditorium, conference room, and open room for a small room. For it is the case 3 where we can test the where the heat load is 1 to 2 TR for the for room office space, like that. So this is the UV chamber we have integrated into the our duct and CIO. This is fabricated by the CSIO, and we have tested in our this test bed facility. So there is a location, there is a UV box is there. So we can see in this diagram the systematic diagram of test bed facility. So we have put the UVC box is there. We have put, and this duct this is the some of the photograph of the test bed facility in different locations. So this is the duct for the supply air duct for the room, and this is the return duct for the room. So this is the diffuser in the room, this is the supply diffuser, and this is the return. So there is a terminal box, there is a damper, automatic damper is there, we can control the uh, flow rate. So there is some photograph of the humidifier control panel. This is the humidifier. Humidifier, we can increase the humidity, how much humidity we can take. So this is the things is there, and we can control what is the out RH is there, what is the temperature. So we can control all these parameter, and we also control the flow. So what are the requirement, we can simulate the things in a proper manner. So these are the humidifier. So to achieve the 90% of RH at 50 degree from the 50% RH at 25 degrees. So 80 gram of per second mass flow rate of water is needed to spray the water. So we have
Mhm.
calculated the some
Yeah.
calculation. So I am not going to explain all the
Sir,
calculation. It is the
please turn
mm,
off camera, please.
so this is the calculation for designing the humidifier, and we have also carried out the some CFD simulation for the halls. So this is the velocity vectors have been shown here. So uh, this contours is shows that there is a uniform air flow in the hall, and there is another temperature contour of the hall we have taken from the CFD result. So there it shows there is a uniform temperature is there, but in the window side there is a high temperature is there because there is a direct sunlight is entering into the hall. So there is a base CFD simulation we have carried out for the hall, and we have also simulated some single branch auxiliary duct and double branch auxiliary duct. So basically the basic concept of the auxiliary duct is that suppose if we have a 20 the duct HVAC system is running for 24 hours, so there is a UVC light is there. Oh, so we can after some time we have to clean this UVC light for the proper light. So we can use this duct, auxiliary duct to for the airflow, and we can in the meantime we can clean this UVC system. So we have done also some simulation on this. So there is a second dual branch auxiliary duct. So the main purpose if we have to run 24 hours of the UVC, so we can put two UVC duct one by one, and we can clean by one when one is not in operations. So uh, there is the how required dosage is calculated, and how we can control the UVC dosage for the airflow. So there is two method is there. One is the UVC intensity, one is the residence time. So UVC intensity can be controlled by number of lamps, light of the exposure, lamp wattage, and residence time can be controlled by air velocity. So we have a provision to vary the air velocity and air flow rate. So by this we can control the residence time, and another thing to control the flow rate by replacing the duct of the different cross sectional area. So we can uh, control the mass flow rate, air velocity like that. So there is a so in this picture it has been shown that the BFD is controlling the volume, mass, speed of the fan, which can control the airflow. Variable frequency drive control the include in the duct, control both flow rate and the velocity. So testing parameter time required for the dust settlement, we have conducted lot of the uh, experiment of the dust settlement of the UPC. What should be the frequency of the cleaning of the UVC, UVC, and operation time of the UVC, and typical time required for the UVC cleaning and filter cleaning. So this test has been conducted here, and the chamber of the UVC chamber has been fabricated by the CSIO, and 8-watt UVC lamp has been put into the this chamber, which is manufactured by the Philips company. So chamber is of 2 feet by 2 feet into 2 feet into dimension, and the inner wall has been of the chamber has been taken of the refractive material like aluminium. So the purpose of the aluminum should be taken to increase the reflectance in the duct for a air. So these are the some specification of the light. So there is another light available by the Philips. So we have taken this 8-watt Philips UV 8-watt. So these are the specification, and the useful lifetime is 9,000 hours. So it is so cheap. So the cost of the retrofit in the existing HVAC is not so costly, and we can disinfect the air in proper manner. So for designing the UVC chamber, we have considered the following consideration, like UVC light will fall on the surface of the wall, which reflect multiple times and will uniformly spread out in all direction, and UVC light is considered as a Lambert-Eaton source. Number of lamp required is less than the above mentioned case, as the light gets reflected from the sun surface and strike the virus from multiple directions. So the main purpose of this reflective surface to use a less number of the UVC lamp, because by reflect of the UVC light from multiple times, it will increase the intensity, and it will cover the large area for disinfect the air. So these are the some simulation for UVC chamber, where we simulate the light intensity at different planes. So this is the whole chamber, and this is the mid plane. We have simulate the air by putting one light source is here. This is the one light source, and we calculate the total flux on this plane is 12.79 watt. And at the side, this is the side left or right plane, is maybe this is the right plane, this is the left plane. So we have simulated the light intensity on this. The total flux on this wall has been received on 5.4 watt. The average value is 14.69. So this is the different simulation has been conducted for the to find out the intensity of the light on different surface of the chamber. So this is the top, this is the front, and this is the on the uh, plane where the light source is placed. So this is the different simulation of different uh, different plane where the light intensity has been simulated. This is for the one lamp. When we have considered the one lamp, this is the two lamp has been considered. So there is a two lamp. So by using these two lamp, how the intensity is varied from one from the side mid plane, for the opposite plane, from the top plane. So these are the simulation has been presented here. So total flux on the mid plane has been found 25 watt. After it, the intensity of the light after the reflections, it is not directly, it is reflected by this phase, this phase, this phase, top phase, and the bottom phase. So these are the simulation are very useful to design the chamber for a particular given UVC lamp. Also, we have done some simulation for the air mixing. Suppose there is a UV light is there and air is flowing from here to here. So for a particular flow rate, the velocity is constant, and there is a residence time. Residence time is the time for which air is exposed to the this UV lamp. So by using the swirl motion, we have to able to increase the residence time. So this swirl are help is help us to increase the residence time. So most of the air is exposed to this UV light. And the another advantage of this UV light, if there is a blind spot there, so by use proper mixing, this blind spot has been separate. So we have carried out some simulation in the duct. This twisted tape has been used to produce the swirl motion. So this is the purpose of this swirl motion is to increase the detention time, and no blind spot has been to suppress the no blind spot in the UV chamber. So first, we have carried out some simulation on the Bonimovic stadium shaped duct. This is the spatial shape which has been the largest reflectivity, internal reflectivity of the UV light. So first simulation we have conducted for the UV light. So we got the very good result for the UV light reflection in this chamber. But we are not found the good result for the air circulation. So air circulation, soil motion is not proper. So there is a not a proper manner motion of the air has been observed. So we not comes with the good results. It is another simulation we have done for inlet velocity 4 meter per second and 6 velocity of the meter per second of inlet air. So these are the results which are not favorable. So we have designed another circular duct in which we have put the twisted tape in a circular duct. So this type of the duct has been used in the many HVAC system like mall, auditorium. So we have put this twisted tape and we have simulated the result. So we found very promising result. So we found the swirl motion like this, like this. So this swirl motion help to increase the detention time, and the motion of the air is circular, and it is higher velocity vector has been found on the this wall. So why reflecting from the UVC from the this surface, so better mixing and better exposure to the air have been achieved. So there is a various streamlines, various inlet velocity has been considered, and different pitch has been considered. So different result. Finally, we conclude that the pitch, the this pitch nothing but is the distance between this the twisted tape, the length of the twisted tape. So twisted tape which has a less length has a high swirl motion. So in this way, we are got many result. We have compared the various result for twisted tape with different air velocity and different relative different pitch of the twisted tape. There is another simulation result for inlet velocity 4 meter per second at a pitch of 50 millimeter. So circular in all simulation, the circular spiral result has been formed of the air movement, but which combination gives the maximum spiral? It is the questions. So this one is the has the higher spiral movement of the air. It indicates the lower pitch has the highest spiral motion of the air. Uh, then this simulation has been conducted for the duct. Now, suppose we have also conducted developed the stand-alone system in the previous slide. Dr. Chandan Meena has explained the stand-alone system. Stand-alone system basically this system has can be used in those places where the HVAC system is not is there. It can be used in the living room, classroom, malls, bank, where is no ducting system is there, and it is suitable. It is very suitable for the window or split AC because retrofit of the UVC in the window and split AC is somewhat typical. So this unit will help to disinfect the air in proper manner. So these indoor airborne pollutant have can be mitigated by this technology. So there is a UVC light is there, and there is a swirl motion is there. So purpose of this swirl motion is to increase the retention time. So maximum air can be exposed to the air to the UVC light. So we also have done some simulation on this stand-alone system. Uh, so we have taken this parameter to develop the this different height of the 3 feet has been taken. One is the inner dia, inner cylinder, and one is the outer cylinder. This one the outer cylinder, and air is entering tangentially. So when the air is entering tangentially, is move in the swirl motion. So maximum air has been exposed to the this UVC light. So this is the some picture diagram of the UVC standalone system. There is a provision to how to take inlet temperature at 8 multi-port of the air. So this is the inlet port, 8 inlet port, and there is a fan which suck the air. There is a multi uh, this is the filter is there, and this is the grill to remove the dust particle when it's coming into the this UVC chamber. So we have simulated this using the CFD, and we got the very promising result. This is the streamlines we have got. The rotation time is increased by using this arrangement. So you can see there is a swirl motion has been produced. So it's used to increase the retention time and expose the air. And this simulation has been done for the light. So various simulation has been done to simulate the light in the UVC chamber for this system. This standalone system has been fabricated and tested for the air disinfectant. So basically, we have developed two types of the standalone system. It for the unidirectional, it for the multi-directional. The air in this arrangement, air is coming only in this direction, and in this arrangement, air is come releasing into all direction like this. So from this, so it is the condition specific where we have to put. So these are the feature of this standalone system portable device which increase the air disinfectant and purification efficacy. So it is very to install, and it can be installed anywhere, and there is a customized design. We can remove the filter, we can clean the filter. So The design has been, this product has been, we have find the patent, we have find the patent for this technology, and we have transferred this technology to Messrs Paras Defense and Space Technology Mumbai. So there is a some basic uh, airflow for the small bedroom, medium bedroom, living room, small kitchen, large kitchen, auditorium, hall, small conference. So on the basis of the requirement, what is the volume of the space and what is the air exchange is required for COVID pandemic. So we can design this stand-alone system. So the as the air change, the CFM is increased, the size of the system increase. So this system can be designed for a particular space, for a particular CFM. So these are the various retention time for and UV light are required uh, for no swell case of various length UVC chamber. But when we introduce the swell motion, so this retention time has been increased. So uh, it is very, that will help to it is very effective for the disinfectant for the air. This is the some calculation we have done for design this stand-alone system. So I am not going to define all this calculation because it is very long procedure is there. So in so this standalone system is can be located where there is no HVAC system is not required, and a standalone system should not be located directly under the ceiling fan because it disturb the air entering uh, into the UVC chamber. So the stand-alone system should be located in such that air is distributed equally in all direction of the room to promote the rapid mixing of purified air with exhale, exhaled air. So this is the work we have done. So with this, I am closing my presentation. This is the team we have, with the help of this work has been carried out. Thank you.